Today, we are going to discuss about Africa. Africa, the second largest continent in the world, is surrounded by major water bodies, including the Mediterranean Sea to the north, the Red Sea to the northeast, the Indian Ocean to the southeast, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. It is almost equally divided by the equator, creating diverse climatic zones ranging from arid deserts to tropical rainforests. Africa also includes several island nations such as Cape Verde, Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, and Comoros. The name Africa has multiple proposed origins, with scholars tracing it to various languages. Some theories suggest it comes from the Egyptian term Afru-Ika, meaning motherland, while others argue it originates from the Greek word Afriki, meaning without cold, or the Latin word aprica, meaning sunny. These interpretations reflect Africa's historical and geographical significance. Africa is home to 54 recognized countries, more than any other continent. These nations range from Morocco and Egypt in the north to South Africa and Namibia in the south. Each country has its unique political structure, economy, and cultural heritage, contributing to Africa's rich diversity. The continent has experienced significant changes in governance, from traditional kingdoms and empires to colonization and eventually modern independent states. Africa is divided into 5 main regions: Northern Africa, Western Africa, Central Africa, Eastern Africa, and Southern Africa. Each region has its unique geographical, cultural, and political characteristics. Northern Africa is characterized by vast deserts, including the Sahara, and a Mediterranean coastline. This region has strong historical ties to the Arab world and has been influenced by ancient civilizations such as the Egyptians, Carthaginians, and Berbers. The countries in northern Africa and their capitals are Algeria, Algiers, Egypt, Cairo, Libya, Tripoli, Morocco, Rabat, Sudan, Khartoum, South Sudan, Juba, and Tunisia, Tunis. Western Africa is known for its diverse cultures, languages, and economies. It has historically been a center for trade, especially during the period of the great West African empires like Mali and Songhai. This region experiences tropical and savanna climates, with important agricultural and mining industries. The countries in Western Africa and their capitals include Benin, Porto Novo, Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, Cape Verde, Praia, Côte d'Ivoire, Yamoussoukro, The Gambia, Banjul, Ghana, Accra, Guinea, Conakry, Guinea, Bissau, Liberia, Monrovia, Mali, Bamako, Mauritania, Nouakchott, Niger, Niamey, Nigeria, Abuja, Senegal, Dakar, Sierra Leone, Freetown, and Togo, Lomé. Central Africa is home to dense tropical rainforests and the Congo River, which provides a vital lifeline for trade and transportation. This region has been historically impacted by European colonization and continues to experience political challenges and development efforts. The countries in Central Africa and their capitals include Angola, Luanda, Cameroon, Yaoundé, Central African Republic, Bangui, Chad, N'Djamena, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kinshasa, Republic of the Congo, Brazzaville, Equatorial Guinea, Malabo, Gabon, Libreville, and São Tomé and Príncipe, São Tomé. Eastern Africa is one of the most geographically diverse regions, featuring the Great Rift Valley, mountains such as Kilimanjaro, vast savannas, and tropical coastlines along the Indian Ocean. It has a rich cultural heritage with influences from African, Arabic, and European civilizations. The countries in Eastern Africa and their capitals include Burundi, Gitega, Comoros, Moroni, Djibouti City, Eritrea, Asmara, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Kenya, Nairobi, Madagascar, Antananarivo, Malawi, Lilongwe, Mauritius, Port Louis, Mozambique, Maputo, Rwanda, Kigali; Seychelles, Victoria; Somalia, Mogadishu; South Sudan, Juba; Tanzania, Dodoma; Uganda, Kampala; and Zambia, Lusaka. Southern Africa is known for its mineral wealth, including diamonds and gold, and has a diverse range of ecosystems, from deserts like the Kalahari to coastal plains. This region has a strong economic influence on the continent, with South Africa being one of Africa's largest economies. The countries in Southern Africa and their capitals include Botswana, Gaborone, Eswatini, Mbabane and Lobamba; Lesotho, Maseru, Namibia, Windhoek; South Africa, Pretoria, Cape Town, Bloemfontein; and Zimbabwe, Harare. Africa is often referred to as the cradle of humankind because it contains the earliest fossil evidence of human ancestors. Species such as Australopithecines, Homo habilis, and Homo erectus first evolved in Africa. These early humans developed stone tools, migrated to new regions, and played a crucial role in shaping the evolutionary history of mankind. One of the most significant migrations in African history was the Bantu migration, which took place around 2,000 years ago. Bantu-speaking peoples moved from West Africa towards Central, Eastern, and Southern Africa, spreading agriculture, metallurgy, and language. This migration shaped the cultural and linguistic landscape of much of sub-Saharan Africa, leading to the dominance of Bantu-based languages today. Between the 15th and 19th centuries, the transatlantic slave trade forcibly removed over 15 million Africans, primarily from West and Central Africa. This period had a profound impact on African societies, leading to depopulation, internal conflicts, and economic devastation. The legacy of the slave trade continues to influence African diaspora communities worldwide, particularly in the Americas. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, European powers divided Africa among themselves in what became known as the Scramble for Africa. This period of colonization disrupted traditional African societies, introduced new borders that disregarded ethnic and cultural divisions, and exploited natural resources for European economic gain. The effects of colonization continue to shape Africa's political and economic landscape today. Throughout the mid-20th century, African nations fought for independence from colonial rule. Countries such as Ghana, 1957, Kenya, 1963, and Algeria, 1962, led the way in achieving sovereignty through both peaceful and armed resistance movements. By the late 20th century, nearly all African nations had gained independence, though many faced challenges in building stable governments and economies. Despite gaining independence, many African nations have struggled with political instability, economic inequality, and governance challenges. Issues such as corruption, civil wars, and weak institutions have hindered development. However, some countries, including Rwanda, Botswana, and Ghana, have made significant progress in economic growth, infrastructure, and governance reforms. Africa is home to over 3,000 ethnic groups and more than 2,000 languages. Cultures vary widely across regions, from the nomadic Maasai of East Africa to the Tuareg of the Sahara and the Bambuti of Central Africa. Despite globalization, many African communities continue to practice traditional customs, while others have integrated modern influences. Africa is religiously diverse, with indigenous spiritual beliefs coexisting alongside Islam and Christianity. North Africa is predominantly Muslim, while Christianity is widespread in sub-Saharan Africa. Traditional African religions, which emphasize ancestor worship, animism, and rituals, remain an integral part of many communities. Africa's economy is largely driven by natural resources, agriculture, and trade. The continent is rich in minerals such as gold, diamonds, and oil. While some countries have benefited from resource wealth, others have struggled with resource mismanagement and economic dependency on exports. Efforts toward industrialization, technology, and sustainable development are shaping Africa's economic future. Many African nations are experiencing rapid urbanization, with cities like Lagos, Cairo, and Johannesburg becoming economic hubs. However, Challenges such as inadequate infrastructure, housing shortages, and urban poverty persist. Governments and private sectors are investing in modern transportation, energy, and digital technologies to address these issues. Africa plays an increasingly important role in global politics and economics. Organizations such as the African Union, AU, work toward regional integration, while African nations engage in trade agreements like the African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. Additionally, African countries participate in international peacekeeping missions and climate change initiatives. Thank you very much.